Hey, everybody. Blessed to have back my friend, Brenda Grisham of Safe.
How are
How you
you?
doing, ma'am?
I'm doing good. I'm doing real good.
Uh, all things considered, blessed, as we talked about
Oh yeah,
off camera, right?
definitely.
You sent a letter, and it reads, recall signature advance notice to ROV and Alameda County Board of Supervisors. And it reads, yesterday, January 17th, 2024, Safe Principal Officer Brenda F. sent a letter by email to Tim Dupuy and the entire Alameda Board of Supervisors concerning the transport of 100,000 signatures for validation by the ROV and the recall of Pamela Price. And ROV, by the way, folks, is Registrar of Voters. Today, January 18th, 2024, Brenda F. Grisham updated that number to 110,000 signatures with a notification that SAFE is still actively collecting signatures, collect their own validations. And the final number we present before transfer. Please see attached email. This wrote to me because she writes that she explains that Carl Chan and Brenda Grisham will hold a press conference, which will be scheduled next week. There's a deadline for response, which began with the email dated January 17th, 2024. It's per business day, and I am blessed to have Ms. Grisham back on to essentially break the news before the press conference. I thank you.
You're welcome.
I thank you. Thank you very much.
When I
I got to
sent out
ask
the
you.
letter, that broke the news. Trust me.
Congratulations. Yeah, I was like, will this go over 110,000 before all of a sudden?
We are very, very. We are hoping that it will. We want everybody that wants to play a part in making this happen to get a chance to make it happen. As the actual letter states that we did purchase the list for the register of voters so that we would know who all are Alameda County registered voters, and we are doing our own validation ahead of time. Um, we not we're paying attention, and people don't think we're paying attention. You know, people are trying to, um, put a block in the effort by going and signing three times or giving the wrong name and the wrong address. We see all that. People send us the post, so we have to um, we got to be real diligent on what we're doing. So with our numbers, they'll say, "Oh, well, they said they had 70,000. They said they had 75,000." If you look at the letter, what we need people to do is read. It says that we are going to validate the signatures ourselves. We're getting them validated right now because we want to make sure that we have the number that we need, and we want to make sure that we are reaching the goal that we want to reach. And we set that to be 110,000 because we just want to have that cushion.
Is this over your expectations? About at your expectations? Under? Where is it at?
We were just really, really hoping that we got over what we needed. We have a whole lot of volunteers that people keep trying to discredit, that those people are out there on the streets every weekend. We have people that came and picked up petitions that we need to get in. The people that are on the street, everybody thought we were supposed to wait till March. It was like, no. We sent out an email, said, bring them in. And they're just bringing them in. And, I'm excited. I really am excited. Not for the fact that, we have to take this big step, for the fact that our volunteers are working together. They believe in the cause, and they're just out there
We're
every
still here,
weekend.
folks. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Say that one more time because there was a hiccup in the transmission. Say what you said just maybe 30 seconds ago again,
I don't
please.
remember what that was, but I said that we are just happy to have the volunteers that we have that are out every weekend getting signatures, and we told them, don't stop, because as we're getting them validated, we have to have that level of balance, so that when we do transport them, We will have the exact number that we want to have, which is 110,000. And like in the letter says, in the next couple of weeks, we will be making that happen. And I gave them advance notice for, a couple of reasons so they can prepare. Counting that many signatures is going to be a lot. So they got time to prepare. They could get their volunteers, whatever they need to do. So there'll be no excuses to get it done.
Impressive display, and it shows the level to which people are really ready to get this. Frank, I know that you've been stalked and by what turns out to be a kind of, they said, then it looked like part of the community splintered off and went to the business while you weren't there. In fairness, I said I would read, what they wrote to me on Twitter. First of all, they sent this.
I'm out here we are out here disrupting trade that has taken of Alameda County, and we are not going to be more taking back our for our neighbors, for our schools, and our children, and our families. We are not having this.
Yeah, I was just mentioning to DA Price a little bit. I work with DA O'Malley, and I walk the streets of the community. She'd come to an event in the community and give the speech and then leave afterwards. You know what I'm saying? But I never seen her be with the community. And it's nice to have a DA that's from the community so that she loves the community and is also not to be in the community. I like that.
So if I have to get out here and talk and make it known that the district attorney's office with law enforcement and community-based organizations, and we are real hammered to slave trafficking in Alameda County.
Okay, that was which they claim was okay, and there's under
the
cover of the DA's office. Now, then I got this message from a gentleman by the name of William Fitzgerald. He says, "Hi, Zinni. I'm the campaign spokesperson. My name is William Fitzgerald. And here is a statement from us on this." And this goes to the previous matter that we talked about for quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
This story is a conspiracy theory, as you've heard now before.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on Wednesday. I can't help it. On Wednesday, Alameda County District Attorney was on a scheduled neighborhood walk in Oakland, as a part of Oakland known for being impacted by human trafficking. The safety walk was part of Human Trafficking Awareness Month. DA Pamela Price walked with approximately 10 people from the community and safety inspectors from her office. Here is a video published, the one I just showed.
I saw that.
District Attorney's office documenting the safety walk. This is not the first time DA Price has done one of these safety walks, and she'll continue to do them for as long as human trafficking remains an issue people in the community are impacted by. A statement attributed to William Fitzgerald, spokesperson from the Protect the Win campaign video. And I wrote back, "Hi, Mr. Fitzgerald. Thanks, and I will vlog and publish this." I'm doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Ms. Grisham asked why there were several photos that have just the DA and her team, not the community folks, walking through her business office complex and not people like the incredible Ms. Nola Brantley. And then Mr. Fitzgerald responds, "Zinni, this is grasping at straws to prolong a debunked conspiracy theory. Folks from the community were part of the walk when the DA happened by accident, come across Ms. Grisham's place of business."
Interesting.
And I wrote back, "Thanks for your statement." That's what they said. It was an accident. We didn't mean it. If we had known, we'd have gone to another place in Oakland.
So here's the thing.
Yeah, right.
Just to kind of do a little facts, I have a human trafficking nonprofit. I've been doing human trafficking work in that area ever since I've been there. Employed in my beauty shop, I have employed women from that block right there. I'm a counselor for human trafficking, domestic violence, for Love Never Fails. So you're going to come on my block where I've been working with other organizations and tell us about what's going on over there. I ain't never seen her there. So when did she do a walk there? Second of all, the young ladies aren't on that side of the street. They're on the other side. And the video is not on International. The video is on Foothill. So we're going to wrap that all up and then kind of fix that up. So in the footage, it shows where she went upstairs, the time she went upstairs, and the time she came downstairs. What was she doing for 10 minutes? She was talking to somebody. And she was talking about me. Okay? And they have mentioned that she specifically said that she knew that I had 4 units. That's what she said. Okay? They have verified that. Wow. So her team needs to understand there are no, I'm not going to call them prostitutes. I'm going to call them young ladies. There are no young ladies inside that gate. So to come inside the gate looking for what? They're on the other side of the street. That's a business park. So you did a human trafficking walk in a business park when you're combating sex trade. Those are human beings out there. So you got to watch how you categorize them as well. Those are young ladies that are out there for various different reasons. Ain't nobody pulled them by their hair and dragged them into a car and said, get your behind out on the street. Some of them have no other way of making a living. I go out there and I hand them waters. Baby, is you cold? Baby, is you need some water? And I'll go get them some water. I mean, come on now. We have people that walk out on the street. We have people that set up tents there, that set up tables. Love Never Fails was out there today, giving resources to those young ladies. Combat what? They've been doing this for a long time. And it's not going to stop until those young ladies are ready for it to stop. It don't matter how many times you walk them down that street, until it hits them that they want to do something different with their life, they're not gonna. So,
or have just a guaranteed minimum standard of income, which could be paid for if we establish enhanced infrastructure financing districts around Oakland and stop playing games with them. But I digress.
You know, a lot of them have children, and you know, I don't know. I'd find a different way, but you know, they come in and you know, we talk and I'll leave if I get a job. Well, how much money are you making? Baby, you have to, it's a process, and they don't understand. A lot of them don't understand it's a process. You can't just come off the street and go and make a 6-figure job. You got to get an education. You got to get some life skills, and that's a long process. You just can't come in there and swat the fan and think it's all going to go away. It's hard work. It's very hard work.
And yet you're saying to me they're making 6 figures on the street.
Oh, they're making a lot of money on the street. They're making a lot of money. You know, it's unfortunate that they have to do that, and they don't see a different way to get by. But, you know, it's a lot of organizations that are out there that offer training, and I do referrals. You know, I have a lot of partners in making this happen, and we do the best we can.
But, you know, I don't want to go off track, but this comes to mind something. My mother was one of the first Black reservation sales agents in United and started downtown. They moved the offices out to the suburbs during the late 70s, late 60s, early 70s. She moved to San Francisco, which is how I wound up in Oakland. I say all that to say the call centers for many different industries have been offshored. In other words, that's a job that someone like the women we're talking about would be working in if they were stateside, if they were here.
Mm-hmm.
Either the state government or the local government has done anything, if only to provide an additional ready job source for those people who need them, right? And yet overseas, the point is that what are they going to do? You know, we closed off so for anybody go and get a job because we're not putting them there. You know what I mean? I mean, how do we explain the number of underemployed, the number of homeless people we have? This system is not working, and we it seems we're not coming to grips with the fact that we're just saying get a job, get a job, get a job, and these folks are frustrated to the point where they're knocking up people, knocking up buildings. You know, we're driving them crazy with this stuff.
Right.
When does it stop?
It's more to it than that, you know. And nobody wants to do the real background work.
That's what bothers me. No. And Miss comes just, I don't know what she's trying to do, but it's not. I'm still here.
I don't know where you went.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Uh-oh.
I'm here.
I'm here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I can hear you.
I had D. O'Malley on. Actually, it was in a it was in a rotary. I was in. I can hear you. Yeah. There's a second delay. We'll catch up. But okay. I talked to D. O'Malley about the same thing. DA should do economic development.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
That's all I'm saying. It's so. Back to your campaign. Give me the deadlines. What's happening? Other press conference coming up. Carl Chan, what's his role for those who don't know?
He's supposed to be my partner.
Yes, Carl.
He's supposed to be my right-hand man. But
I'm sorry.
You know, I was joking with him. I said, "Yeah, you got my back, but it's a little bit too far back for me." Good guy. You know, being Carl. I tell you, yeah.
Carl hasn't changed. Carl's like, I got you.
Carl ain't changed. You know, I didn't really know Carl that well. You know, just saw him around, talked to him, you know, sparingly. And then we've you know, started SAVE. He's a real good guy. He's real adamant about making the community safer, just not for the Asian community, but for everybody. And, you know, I love it. You know, when we started, people said we can't work together. Oh, that's not going to work. They're not going to be able to work together. Why not? Why not?
Who said
there are no barriers here.
Right.
Yeah, we all working for the same cause.
Yep. Absolutely. When this goes through, what are the next steps up to a vote? What is that for the people who need to find out what the end game looks like? What does that look like?
So what we need to do, what I'm waiting on, why I gave them the 5 days, I need to make sure that the process that we're navigating our schedule with is the same process that we're going to be adhered to, because we have a schedule when we want to turn things in, because they have right now, once we turn them in, they have 10 days to validate the signature. So that's number one. We want to make sure they have enough resources to validate them in 10 days, whether they do signature for signature or whether they do the sampling. And then it's 45 days for the Board of Supervisors to schedule a election date. And we have heard over and over, we don't want to be in the primary. We do not want to do March. We want to have a special election. And then that came the other problem where the ROV said it was going to cost $20 a person, which would amount to $20 million. Okay, that's fine. You guys need to find us $20 million. But he said that last year. So you haven't tried to figure out a way not for it to cost $20 million. You had enough time. So you threw the number out there, you know, You threw the number out there. So, I've asked for clarification on that, and clarification at the 10 days and the 45 days for, it to be set, because we definitely want a special election. We ain't waiting until November. They can forget that, because that's unfair to the people. Really unfair to try to push it out that way. And, I'm a very detailed person, and have it down pat to what we want to do. And Chris Moore, we have more meetings than we might as well be living in the same house. Our team, we meet because we have to be make sure that we all are on one accord, and we get it done.
What do you get the sense that the registrar of voters is trying to move the goalposts on you?
Well, we were kind of the amendment kind of threw us off. And unfortunately, I felt that was kind of disrespectful, because we were in an active recall where I had to hear it from the media. Oh, Ms. Grisham, what do you think about the amendment? I don't know what you're talking about. Where I felt that we should have been notified. So, I often
sandbag. It's called being getting sandbagged.
I'm always on the page to make sure they ain't posting nothing I don't know nothing about. It's not going to affect us. That's number one. My problem with the amendment is going to be, if it passes, it's going to take away rights of the community to pick who they want in office. And that's the most important thing that bothers me. They already have enough people telling them what to do, what they're going to do with what they feel they need. So, you can't keep taking everything away from the people. And that'd be a big thing that they would be taken away. And we want them to, hold on to that little piece of individuality that they should have.
What are you hearing from, who do they want to see Pamela Price if this recall happens? Yeah, who does the community want to see replace Pamela Price when this recall happens?
Well, they don't even have that option yet, because nobody has. We're not even at that point where, we're asking for anybody that wants to run for district attorney. They will have a chance within that 45-day window, in order for the community to know who they are, to see what they're about. Because in the special election, what we want is to have two questions. Yes or no, do you want her to stay? And then you pick the person that you want to replace her. And we don't want to blindside the community. We want them to know who's applying. And so they'll have, some background, and maybe get a couple of chances to meet them at a town hall or something before the election.
Now, how is the overall fundraising going at this point?
The fundraising is great. The fundraising is great. I tell you, the community, people kind of bypass the fact that the everyday citizen is putting in, and, I appreciate all of the efforts of everybody. The fact that, we have big donors, and they're overshadowing the people that's giving 20, 10, 30, 50, all of that counts. And, I just really have a problem with that. They focus on the big money. We need the big money, but the little money just all adds up just as well.
And your plight wound up in, of all places, the UK publication, the Daily Mail.
Yeah.
I got to agree with you, but I just happened to Google this, so I just wanted to, for grins, see what the other coverage was. And then, take a look at this. Da-da! Yeah. You're famous in London. You're famous in London.
Yeah, I saw that. And I said, well, they got a picture of me. I said, let's say picked a good picture. The picture. So, it was a thing saying that, she did a walkthrough. Okay, that gave
Brenda, listen to this. Look. What? Oakland woman. Sorry for interrupting. I got to read this.
I see it.
Leading effort to recall progressive DA Pamela Price slams prosecutor for showing up at her business with armed goons. as violent crime in city spikes 21% in 1 year. Oh my
I saw that,
Lord. I mean, this is all over the world now. This is the UK, folks. Dailymail.uk.com. K
Yep.
means United Kingdom.
And
Okay.
they got the good pictures.
Idea of the sad. Yeah. I mean, this is our exporting, right? Our exporting our plight. And there's Brenda holding court
And that's my
at City
son.
Hall.
That's my son.
Congratulations, you're worldwide.
Yeah. Unfortunately, but it is what it is.
Yeah. I'm waiting for it was in this DA Price. I think I didn't do that. It was a gallery. Okay. The gallery. So we click on that and there's that. And there is surveillance footage. Let's come up here. There you are. And data. Oh my Lord.
That video right there, horrible. That video that they passed, that you just passed of the young lady, that's my video. That's from our cameras. That's outside my office. Yes. So that young lady.
Oh, you got to be kidding me.
No, that's my footage. That ain't from OPD. That's my footage from our cameras. That was right outside our gate.
So they didn't credit you here.
Oh no, I don't care. It went viral. Yeah.
I do because proper proper copyright law, which it's mainstream media, including SF Gate. SF Gate is doing a disservice to Horn Barbecue by stealing Matt Horn's Instagram image. You heard it here first, okay? And they ought to be jailed for violations of the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, willful criminal intent. The only organization to cover the Horn Barbecue fire and steal his material, okay? And no one else did it.
Wow.
So now I've got to get Google to comply with the DMCA takedown that I filed. They tried to call fraudulent. Matt stepped in and said, no, he represents us. And then it's like, oh, well, okay, we don't feel like doing it.
Oh wow.
That's this media today. Okay. That's why there has to be a well-financed black media. I'm telling you. All right.
Yeah, that's my video.
I never thought I wind up saying these things, but it's true. And I say them, somebody goes away. I don't care. This is her. This is your video.
Yeah, that's mine.
From
the same cameras that captured Pamela Price.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was horrifying that day. You saw that from.
Oh, that was horrible. That was horrible. The young men that went outside were sitting in the cafe. And the first thing I said, don't ever do that. Because he just walked up there and you saw that. You looking at him with assault rifles and you have 3 children. But it's very few people that want to step in like that. So the young men came out and they were able to get her over to the cafe, and then she was given medical treatment. But she was pretty messed up. Yeah, because they drug her all the way across. Her legs were just, she was pretty wounded, and that was just horrible. But it could have been anybody. They were just waiting on anybody to come out of there. It just happened to be her.
Do you know how she is doing now?
I haven't asked about her. Now? I haven't asked about her. I haven't seen her because she usually is around at the cafe, but I haven't seen her since then. Yeah.
Probably horrified to come around. My Lord.
Of course. Definitely. Yeah.
Well, Brenda, hey, thank you so much for coming by. Any other information or words you want to share before we go out?
No, more updates to be coming. Like you said, me and Carl.
Bring them here first. We get them out first.
Okay. Me and Carl are going to have a update again next week because we don't have many more weeks left before we're working out our transport and our procedures to get them safely to the ROV.
Get Carl on the show with you. I want Carl and you.
Oh yeah. Just let me know. I'll tell him he'll come.
Hey, Carl, I still have video of you, by the way.
Oh,
Oh, good. Yeah, just interview, just talk to him.
Oh yeah, good guy, good guy. So,
I just haven't
let
seen.
him know.
I just got to break his balls a little. I just.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much for stopping by. God bless you for doing so.
You're welcome.
Don't go anywhere, folks. Subscribe to Zenny62 on YouTube. And by the way, Zenny62 is credentialed for Super Bowl week of game in Las Vegas and covering the Lee Steinberg Super Bowl party as well. So we're sending a group of vloggers, sponsored to be named very soon. Stay tuned for everybody. God bless you. Hey, kiss your mother and take care of your mother. You like me, your mom, all I got. Right, Brenda?
That's right. That's right.
That's right. Love my mom. And I'm going to go and tend to her.
As soon as you get done, because she's going to be calling you in a minute.
Yeah, I'm at that little space of time. So I was like able to fit in there. She's watching Coco Golf and this upcomer, Ms. Oh gosh, her name, Felicia. What is it? I help me with that. It's let's see, Felicia Franks, I believe it is.
No, I'm not into golf.
Felicia. This is Coco. That'll give it to me. American female tennis players going head to head. Coco Gauff is now the standard. Felicia is the up and comer. And she was beating Coco like nobody's business. So I was like, what? But hey, okay. Tennis. There we go. And for those out there, internet is slow today. But at any rate, can't seem to get this thing going. Okay, that happens. All right. You play tennis at all?
No, not at all.
I took tennis courses at Texas Arlington, and I came not quite as good as I wanted to be, but not bad either. Okay, so yeah, we have golf. Going wild books. All right, folks, and whatever you do, support what Miss Grisham is doing. And before we close out, we've got to do so by sharing your website, right?
Yes.
Absolutely.
The Recall website is www.recallpamelaprice.org. Visit the website for updates.
Got it. There it is, recallpamelaprice.org.
Yep.
Yeah. And I have to say something, folks. I hope and pray that we get over this period where folks who look like us are dividing us. Isn't that ironic?
Yep.
I mean, and I want you to listen to my initial interview with Miss Grisham, because she was talking about a moment where the DA was talking about to you and other Black mothers, right?
Mm-hmm.
But excuse me, she was talking down to you.
Yes.
And she was afraid that you in particular were opposing her. It had nothing.
You have never heard her say that, have you? You've never heard her mention my name?
No.
Okay.
No. And it's horrifying what you're going through after what happened to your son. We've got to do better, and she ought to know better. And I can't say enough how awful that is. And not only that, the campaign should apologize to you and not make fun of you or say, oh, it's a conspiracy theory and all this stuff. They should.
That's really the best thing they've called me this whole time, is a conspiracy theorist. If you want to go on their website, They done called me a whole lot worse.
And what about this whole graffiti thing?
Ooh. Yeah. You saw the footage of that?
I didn't see the footage. I saw the photo you sent to me.
Oh no, I got footage of that.
Well, send it, please. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, folks. When it rains, it pours. And it's raining hard.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Stick around the background, Brenda.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody. Subscribe to Zenny62 on YouTube. Bookmark zennyport.com. Thank you.